All right, everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Let me know that you can see my screen and hear me talking. I was going to try to put a PDF into the system here, but I don't think you can. So with that, let me see. Let me get back. Awesome. So let me know that you can see my screen, hear me talking. Did you guys see about our client, 16 listings in 2 weeks? I actually interviewed him and I got that link. I will put that into the chat. This guy here, 16 listings in 2 weeks. 5 are expired. So he's doing our expired training. And then I'll show what he's doing, but he walks through what he's doing here. And I actually got a PDF that I wanted to give everybody. I'll put it in the mastermind group a little bit later, but in that interview, I took that interview and I created a breakout PDF that kind of goes through a little bit, just a little bit more step by step versus listening to an interview and having to take notes. So I will try to get that PDF into the mastermind group a little bit later. So be on the lookout for that because the interview is great. And I'm going to show you briefly, right at the start of this call, what he's doing. And that is going after expired. So we got the expired training that we do 4 times a week. And we got the school classroom for that, which I'll show you in a little bit. But he is adding 3 listings a week to his account. Now, if they're his listings, great. If they're not, he'll go out and borrow 2 other listings. And he is adding them to his account. So every week there's 2 to 3, usually 3 new listings. And he's picking these listings very strategically to be something that he thinks his audience would like to see. And I was talking with another agent about it, and it was like, what are interesting listings in your area? And it could be, it's got a great kitchen, it's got an amazing backyard, it's just a beautiful view, just a beautiful house, an example of what's going on over in Whitney Oaks, right? So there's a lot of different, or it's just a pretty house, pretty pictures. I was looking at a listing this morning from a client in North Carolina, and just like the most cutest, not price point was like average, but just the cutest house, the kind of old school front. And so this guy is just marketing 3 listings a week, right? Again, strategically chosen. And he's doing an ad. In fact, let me show you. So he'll add them to the account. And let's say just listed or active or whatever. So he's just doing a basic Facebook ad, $35 to $45 a week. So he's doing 3 different listings. And he said, those leads are good. In the interview, we talk about it. He's doing and we're going to go through this today for the open house. So you'll see this in action. He does 3 of the social media postings to all of his socials. For his listings, and he said he does get listings and he gets buyers from this, he uses the tools for the seller. So we're going to be walking through that again today. But again, that's for listing agents. Also for listing agents and also for people who are doing an open house, yours or borrowed. So if you don't have any listings, that's why doing an open house is so powerful, because the nearby homeowner letter, he sends it out twice for his listings, once to 100 homes right around the property. And then a second time, he'll make a bigger ring, but it's only to those people. I wasn't really sure why he was breaking it out into 2 mailings, because he's not overlapping the first group and the second group, it didn't seem like. But regardless, he's sold like 200 are going out per listing of his. He sends the e-flyer for database, whether it's his listing or the one that he borrowed. So he is sending this email right here. And he talks about it in the interview. I just copy this, I throw it into my CRM, and I do that 3 times a week. And he goes, it's awesome because people, sometimes they respond. He goes, they love the slideshow. People click and they get a home value. and it's just all set up. So he goes, yeah, I copy this and I do the ad like we talked about. I do the postings like we talked about. He does the email to his database. He does some calling into his database, but he's also calling expireds. And he does the short form video. He said he takes this video script, he just throws it into his teleprompter, records the video, and he's been doing 3 a week. And now he's got like thousands of videos up on his YouTube channel, which is awesome. So, anyways, he's just doing what I just showed you 3 times a week. That all of that together would take 15 to 20 minutes to do it once. So consider, and I know other agents that have done that same exact model and have had amazing success. I've never trained on it before because I've just heard about it in talking with agents. Like, yeah, we're just doing, they'll take the PDF guides. We got the short form video scripts for those. So similar to this video script that he takes and drops into a teleprompter app, that's 3 videos a week right there. But then other people come into our PDF guides and have great success at taking, how can you avoid foreclosure, right? 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. You click on the green marketing tools button. There is a short form video script. Same exact thing. Take these scripts, drop them into a teleprompter app and just record them. I know people that do 4 a week because we got like what, 80? That would be 4 into 80 is 25 months of content doing 4 a week. So you got 4 of these, you got 3 of the listings, right? It's you would not have to worry about social media content at all just by doing what we just said. And of course, I closed my account. Let me go back and open it up again. And there's any questions on that? It's deceivingly simple. It's deceivingly simple. But what is it doing? Right? You are a real estate agent. What does a jewelry store do? Right? When they're trying to entice people to come in, they show some of the most beautiful pieces that they've got. They show interesting things that they've got. An artist gallery, automobile showroom, right? They always want to entice you with really cool things that they sell. And what do we sell? We sell homes. And so Fabrice, and I know others that have done this in the past as well, they're just taking that idea and they're just ramping it up into their database. Because if you're emailing your database 3 times a week of homes that are interesting in some level, you're going to get more people engaging versus unsubscribing to stuff they're not interested in. Or they're wondering, why is he sending me this? Why is he sending me this random list of new listings, right? New listings, really. Do you think most people that get new listings, right? Even if they're home buyers, because they're just like 4 or 5 listings sitting there all jumbled up together, right? If no rhyme or reason, where Fabrice, he's picking listings with a reason and then just boom, an ad, a post, short form video script using our short form video script, sending the email to his database. And then he's getting into our expireds. And all of these tools connect to the single property website, which is one of the things he talked about, and that really helped pull in leads as well. But and then the tools for the seller for his listings, he does it every single week. That's another, put a pin on it. So when you got listings, you're going to see in the video here with him, he sends those e-flyers for them to share and the social media posts for the seller to put on their page. He does that every Monday. Every Monday he sends it out, and he does that as part of his call with them. So every seller that he's got Mondays, that would have been yesterday, probably, he was going through all of his sellers, calling them up, giving them an update, how many showings and all of that. And boom, by the way, put this on your Facebook page, right? I'm doing marketing. We're all trying to get your home sold. So every week he has them putting it on their page, which I thought was interesting. I think after a while, I may not, after the first month or so, maybe I go to every other week. But yeah, I thought that was another great point that he made of just, hey, I want to keep this stuff out there. You're not a hidden agent. So keeping the emails going, keeping the ads going, keeping the posts going, keeping the videos going, all of that working together and just Amazing stuff right there. I'll try to get the PDF into the mastermind group a little bit later, but I put the link in here for you so you can take a look at that. And again, I've also put that video in the mastermind group as well. So you'll see that there also. Okie doke. Any questions on that? So for open house marketing, in fact, I'm going to give you the link to our school classroom because we're going to walk through our school classroom today because I have broken everything out right there. But obviously, we're going to put the listing in listings to leads first. Hopefully, it's coming in from a data feed. If not, click the green add listing button because you might be borrowing a listing. And so you can either use grab or manual. Hopefully, grab will work for you. Put in the zip code, MLS listing ID. If it's not your listing, if you're borrowing a listing to hold open, uncheck that. That's going to add then the listing courtesy of and all of that. Hit grab and that will grab it. If it's your listing, leave it and then hit grab. It'll pull it in. It should set the open house for you. And when you get here, when it uploads, it should be good to go. If you got to set the open house, which I'm going to do here, click over there to the right where it says add open house, date and time. I can add another one, hit save. And what that will do is that's now going to flip all the tools manually in the sense I had to add it versus coming in from a data feed. Why do not coming soon listings get auto uploaded to L2L? They should. Yes. Two things. One is ask our support team on that. And then secondly, when you upload it to your MLS or ask your MLS, just say, do they even syndicate it? So there might be some default websites that syndicates to as coming soon that, and not to others, but I would imagine it's a setting that you can ask your MLS about. Because Chief, does that make sense? And if they say it is, then ask our support team. And I think that would be the time that you could say, hey, my MLS is saying it's sending. Can you check and see why it isn't? Okie doke. There we go. 15 Ambient Way in Folsom. You can see now I've got the little open house icon. Click the green market listing button. We got the overview step-by-step guide right here. And we're just going to work our way down this list. Now, before we do that, I'm going to come over here to the school classroom. I just put the link in here. If you're not a member of this, get into the mastermind group and ask for it because this is where we got the expired pipeline builder. And this is 5 of the listings Fabrice got, and he attends like one of these a week. And I use your call script. I use your text script. I use your email script. We didn't get into door knocking or mailing, but he goes, I just use those 3 things for sure. And I do 20 a day. And I've gotten 5 expires in the last 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, that alone would have been amazing for anybody. Who of us would not want to get 5 listings? We would be happy with 5 listings in the next 2 weeks. And you can do that with expireds. But today we're going to do open house. And when you get here, all of this will be closed. And the first thing I want to talk about today is, and we're just going to 5 minutes, post open house seller lead generation, how to generate leads, seller leads in particular after the open house. I want to do this real quick right now because some of you had an open house last weekend. And even if you didn't, and you've got one coming up, it's good to be thinking like, okay, how can I make sure I'm taking notes, I'm doing things properly so that after the open house, I can really ratchet this up and get some good seller leads. Does that make sense? And so right here, what I've done for you is I have broken out how we can take the post open house and create social media, create an email for our database, circle prospect, right? Do a video talking about the open house in a way to attract seller leads. And so check this out right here. Below is a sample post. And all you got to do is take the sample post and rework it so that it fits your specific open house. So you can see 23 people came through, Whitney Oaks neighborhood, 3 to 4 bedroom, 2+ bath, 2,000 square feet. I'm just going through this. You'll just go through this and you'll change it to be appropriate for your open house, how many people came through the area, and so on. And then I'm linking it to my agent website because I'm offering people to look at my 100-point home marketing plan and to get a home value estimate. And this has both by default. And I show you where that is in here. And then the second thing is I'm linking it to the property website for the open house, right? Why not? And I'm going to essentially take this idea where I'm engaging home sellers with the fact like, hey, we had 23 people come through yesterday. They all love the property. They all love the neighborhood. They would love to be able to find a property here, but this one particular home didn't meet their needs. And so if anybody has a property in the 3 to 4 bedroom range, 2+ baths, if you're possibly thinking about selling in the next 12 months, or would consider an offer if it was at the right price, go ahead and text or call me, comment below. And then we got these links right here where they can click and engage with you. Does that make sense? So really powerful idea because sellers are attracted to activity. And so if we're trying to engage or trying to get the attention of a homeowner in the area after the open house, so that's why I want you to be thinking about it now, because I want you to be thinking, hey, after that open house is done, and some of this is free, do a social media post. Do a social media post right here. I even got a version, right? Pretty much the same thing here, but I walk you through how to do a few different things with it, including, Instagram Reel, Facebook Reel, YouTube Short. A lot of us complain about not having visibility, not getting engagement. And this, if you're doing an open house, you've got some of the best seller lead gen opportunity afterwards, unless it was a complete dud. The nearby homeowner letter. You can take that nearby homeowner letter and go door knocking, right? And let the neighbors know, hey, we had 23 people come through, the same thing. It's just the same thing. But it gives us an opportunity to re-engage. I can recircle prospect after the open house. I can send the email to my database. I can do, and I mentioned this a minute ago, I can do videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And then I'm going to also send this email to all the open house attendees. So Ileana, so no one is coming to my open houses. There could be a couple of reasons. And the number one thing, so check this out. Let me go ahead and close this. Turn open houses into listings and buyers fast. Okay. So one of the very first things to do, the right property to hold open. So I know we've got listings. Sometimes we got to do our own listing, but making sure where possible, make sure we pick a good open house. So good price point, high traffic area. It's not empty. We want to make sure that we've got a place that we can essentially do a performance. You cannot have a good open house 8 times out of 10 if the place is completely empty. That's why staging is so important. People are going to walk in. I'm not pushing to have an open house if it's empty, but I'm just saying, especially if you're choosing, if you're going to borrow listings to hold open, which we highly recommend, right? Even for what I just showed you and how to market afterwards to get seller leads in and of itself, but all the pre-marketing and the open house itself are going to engage listings and buyers for us. So the first key is picking the right open house. And again, in the school classroom, make sure you go through everything in here. Open house mastery, presentation checklist. In fact, I say right here, how to select the best home to hold open. We're going to this presentation here walks through how to prepare the open house itself so that it helps engage more homeowners and home buyers. We walk through that right there. And then there's follow-up in here as well. So the first step to making sure that we get a great open house is to click on that link in the school. And then in your account right here, this presentation, you want to go through this. This is your master's degree in open houses. And it covers everything from, again, picking the right open house, right? Your listing or borrowed. You may have a listing, but yet you might still borrow a different listing to hold open because maybe you've already done too many. Ileana, how many open houses, how long has a listing been active? How many open houses have you done? Again, we're going to walk through all the marketing of the open house itself, but I want you to be going through this later on your own, because the open house, the act of having an open house, that's where the rubber meets the road. So here I'm talking about picking the open house, and I give you some different criteria, right? Talk a little bit about borrowing a listing. In the interview I did with Fabrice, that was one of the things he talked at a little bit of length about, was the idea of borrowing listings. And he walked through a little bit about how to do that. So here we're going to get into this in a few minutes. So in a few minutes, we're going to start going through the marketing of that open house. But having the open house is not just about marketing it effectively, but again, it's about the fact that it's an event that is in a neighborhood. So if you got the ability, if it's your listing, think about doing an open house, a neighborhood exclusive, because it gives you more marketing opportunities to the neighbors. We can invite the neighbors to the open house. We can circle prospect with an invitation to a neighbors only preview. So it gives you a great, especially if you're going to cater it, which you'll see talked about in the presentation. So if you're going to cater it, you have the music like we talk about, you do everything, you start creating not just this blah standard open house, but you create an event in the neighborhood that that homeowners are going to start noticing. And as you get better at it, you will get better at creating these things as events. And you'll be able to go have any open house anywhere in your area, and you'll be able to market it properly. You'll be able to conduct it properly. You'll be able to follow up after it properly for it to start making money for you, because that's what we want. The goal of an open house is not to sit there and waste 3 hours just to do it all over again the next week. The point of an open house is to build your brand, to engage homeowners that live in the neighborhood, to engage people in your database, social media. Does that make sense? Doc Smith, yeah, you got to be a client to access the school. Yes. So yeah, because everything it deals with is inside of listings to leads anyways. So anyways, you'll go through this later, and you can always, get in the mastermind group. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, just get into the mastermind group, ask about it. And again, that's right in our school, open house mastery presentation. All of our live and recorded calls are right here, and pre-open house marketing. So everything here, Monday, Tuesday. Now today's Tuesday. I get it. So we're going to try to do what we can. Wednesday, what to do, Thursday, what to do, Friday, what to do. So everything in the green market listing checklist is on this list right here. What I did is I wanted to break it out because, again, an open house is not a thing. It's not a point in time. The open house starts today. It should have started yesterday, but it starts today. What is the mastermind group? I'll give you the link to that a little bit later. But Monday, right? First thing I say, pick the right property. And all these links will go to more information. So you can get more information, but pick the right property. We're going to do a Facebook ad, right? One of the things that Fabrice does 3 times a week for 3 different listings. We're going to send the tools to the seller. Again, Fabrice does that for all of his listings every single week. And then we're going to talk about Instagram stories and reels. And then yard sign. So if it's your listing, even if you're borrowing the open house, you want to make sure your yard signs look like this. And I'll talk about this and I'll show you a little bit more on that. But I'm telling you, your yard sign might be the weakest link for most of you. So back in listings to leads, right? Just click the green market listing button. You're going to end up here, and let's just do an ad. So it's going to autofill location. We brought Facebook into listings to leads. So we autofill location, radius, budget of 35, you want to really do either $10 a day minimum, or like Fabrice, what he was doing is he was doing 3 ads. So he spent like 125 to 170 a week on ads. But $10 a day if you're only doing 1 a week, and just hit create ad. So we brought the entire Facebook into listings to leads. You don't have to get into the advanced options. I'm going to show you, not only do we capture name, email, and phone number, the leads can go to your CRM. So if you've got Follow Up Boss, KV, Bold Trail, Sierra, whatever you got, make sure you got your leads going there, right? Make sure you got your leads going there. So this is, you can see, turned on, and I'm going to show you what the ad looks like, because you're not going to get just name, email, and phone number with these ads. You're going to get the answers to 3 other questions. So check this out. So if we find, there we go. So here's the ad. I'm going to click on it. And so these 3 questions, you're going to get the answers. What's your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? And so they're going to, that one's kind of popular, but they get different options right here. This is so awesome. And think about this. When you think about the open houses to market, like if you don't have a listing, you're going to borrow a listing to hold open. When you think about what is the best listing to hold open, or what is the best listing to market, the group that will say they have a home to sell, I have found, are typically going to be anywhere from 10 to 30% above the median home price. So in your area, if the average home price is $500,000 and you're thinking, okay, I want to market a listing or hold an open house at a listing where I can get more people that actually have a home to sell in the leads I'm generating. And so pick a home that is anywhere from 10 to 30, maybe even 40% of the median home price. And you'll find you'll get the best quality of leads typically. If the price is too low, you're gonna get a lot of first-time home buyers. So they don't have a home to sell. The lead time might be longer. Great market. I definitely recommend going after that market, but just consider the different buying pools for the different types of properties available to you. So we got the ad. And so the other point about those leads, when they are coming in, not only can they go to your CRM, but pay attention to the answers that the people are putting. So if they put, for example, I'm looking to buy in 3 to 6 months, I have a home to sell, and what I need help with the most is new listings and price drops. That's actually not that uncommon for the leads coming in to have those answers. Ileana, yes, they answered those questions. So every lead notification you're going to get will say name, email, and phone number, and then it will list those 3 questions, and it will put what they replied. So when you're replying to these leads, make sure you reference, oh, I see that you're looking to buy in 12 plus months and you have a home to sell, and you would like help with new homes and price drops in the area. So if they say that kind of a thing, hey, I'm going to set them up with new listings. I'm going to set them up with price drops, but in my follow-up phone, text, email, I'm going to reference the fact that they have a home that they might be needing to sell. Do you plan to buy and sell at the same time, or what's your thought behind that? I've worked with people doing that, so I can definitely assist if that's needed. And I saw that you like to get new listings and price drops. What area are you looking for? And so on. So make sure you address those questions in the follow-up. Social media post. This can post up to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. This is definitely one of the things you should be posting. We have a lot of other things that you can post up to social media. This is just one of a number, which I'll be showing you. But this is phenomenal because it's going to link back to the single property website, just like the ad. And this is another thing that Fabrice is doing 3 times a week. So it's not like he's just doing his listing once. 3 times a week, he is posting this to all of his social, and you want to make sure you're doing that too. Next up, we got, yeah, we do this on a Monday, because if I come back to my thing here. We do the Facebook ad, the seller. We'll talk about Instagram, and then we'll talk about the yard sign. So the tools for the seller, actually what? So is this via L2L or through school? We're enlisting some leads right now. I'm just in the school to show you the calendar of events and how we're going to do this. So one is more like the instructions. And then this is right here is where I'm executing. So this is phenomenal. We want to make sure we get these two tools to the seller. Again, Fabrice is doing this every Monday. He's doing this every week. All you're going to do is click send to seller, put the seller's email, the salutation, and click send. And do that for the e-flyer. Do it for the e-flyer. So again, click the green button. Their name will already be there. Just click send. You're going to be CC'd. They're going to think you sent it. They all link back to the property website. They're promoting you. Like Fabrice said, he gets listings from this. He gets buyers from this. So what you want to do is you want to call the seller up. You're going to say something like, hey, Ian, this is Scott. Want to let you know we're doing the ad for your property. We're doing that today. We got another post going out on social media. We're doing a lot of great things to market your home. And by the way, I sent you a couple of things for you to share, one to put on your Facebook page, one to share via email, because in this market, we don't want to leave any stones unturned. And you likely know somebody who would know somebody that would love to move to the area. And the sellers love it. The sellers, they hear all the things that you're doing. They hear from you, so they're happy to hear from you, right? They're hoping that you're going to bring them in more buyers. And when you mention about the fact that hey, I'm doing things, I'm being busy, and that you've given them something to share via social media, probably Facebook, and then the email, this is so phenomenal. And the goal is that they see it from just listed to open house, maybe active, pending, just sold, so that their entire sphere, like yours, are going to see that yay, I get properties listed, I get properties sold. So yeah, get that over to the seller. For the seller, when they put it up on their Facebook page, what you should do is go like it and then leave a quick comment. Leave a comment like, looks great. That way, every time somebody else that they know starts commenting on it as well, you're going to get notified. So you'll get a little notification in Facebook and it will say, hey, Scott just left a comment on Ian's post that you're associated with. And now you'll know, oh, I can go in there and just like the comment at least. And if they comment something or ask a question that is relevant and appropriate for you to interact with, and then comment away, right? People have gotten leads or have gotten business from the comment section. So not only do people click through, become a lead that way, but they also start interacting in the comments, right? As appropriate. So make sure you're doing that. And especially for the open house, right? Especially for the open house. So yeah, that's why open houses are so good. The nearby homeowner letter. Again, this is one of the things that Fabrice is doing. He does it twice per listing, but it's to different audiences. So he's doing essentially 200 mailing per listing. And I believe he's doing it at like just listed or active, and then again at just sold. But check this out. So this as an open house, I just want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. If you were doing the broker, like a neighborhood preview, you could actually edit that, or if it's catered, right? We always recommend doing at least a basic catering, like mixed nuts and water. So I can change it to say, hey, we're having a NEIGHB neighbors only preview open house. And I can change Sunday to Tuesday or Thursday from 4 to 6, right? Whatever. And now I can print this, and then that's my invite. But to door knock an open house is phenomenal. Inviting those neighbors, giving those neighbors this right here. Fabrice is mailing it. He's just mailing it. For an open house, it's a little bit hard to mail. And if it's not your open house, you're probably going to not be mailing around it, but you should definitely be door knocking, right? I want to make sure I get as many of the sellers there as possible. And now think about this strategically. You could door knock afterwards. Remember, we talked about the post open house seller lead generation. If you're into door knocking and you want to try to really connect with some of these neighbors, door knock before the letter as is, and then door knock after with the letter edited, as I show you in the school classroom, on how to use that nearby homeowner letter. And that's why I wanted to show you the post open house seller lead generation stuff first, because it will affect and influence what we do beforehand. Because now I know I really want to try to make sure I got the strongest story possible for the post open house marketing I'm going to be doing. And if I know that, then I can make sure on the front end, I do the best job I can to make sure what I got over here is going to be as good as possible. That's one of the 0 people. Yeah. Yeah. Marketed hard for about a week on social media. That can mean a lot of different things, right? Marketed hard doesn't tell numbers. It doesn't tell budget. It doesn't tell the database. It doesn't tell what you did with the neighbors. The easiest thing to do for the best open house is exactly what Fabrice said. You just go through this list, right? A lot of us like to say, I did it. When you say you did it, did you do literally, did you do everything? You want to be doing everything. Let's talk about sign writers because that was a Monday activity. And I just had a client ping me about this right before we got on this call. I was literally almost late on the call because he was asking me a question about the sign writers from this previous training, because you want to make sure, in fact, I've got one, that you've got this and you want it to say open house on top of the yard sign. Even if you are borrowing the listing, maybe it's not your listing. I would go to the listing agent and I would ask him, hey, if I buy an open house, can we put it on the yard sign so we can make sure we get the most people possible and so we have the best open house and get your listing sold. So even if I was borrowing the listing, I would ask to at least put the top part that'll show you. But for you listing agents, these are transferable, right? And I recommend the one without the QR code. You want these on your listings as fast as possible. I can customize the color. I can customize all the coloring. I can move these from one listing to the next, right? So one listing to the next, I can reassign the extension. I can click right here. Yeah, the one I've got, I'll show you how to order it. It's this one right here. Yeah, the color, I would not do this color. It's a little bit hard to see, maybe, right? This kind of taupe is not. I would want to use like a red or a nice blue that's going to pop a little nicely. So once you click, let me do it again. So from the sign writer area, just click where it says dirt cheap signs after you download it. So download it first and then just click the first one. It doesn't matter because you're going to be deleting this. So click in here. So I click, I just delete it. And then I upload file. I have legal rights. And you can get this done locally, but I know not everybody has a local provider. And so I just full color. And so the only thing that's a little bit different here is I did like the stretch fill canvas, right? So it looks good, but I asked their support. I said, can you do a full bleed? Full, the word full, then bleed. And what that means is they will take the color all the way to the edge. And so that's what I did. And then they said, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Save and check out. Yes, I approve. I did two-sided. I did aluminum, not reflective, and yes to grommets. 20 bucks for shipping. All right, if you need to get 2 of them, just get 2 and shipping be a little bit cheaper. But Yeah, I think for $44, essentially, having this, if it's your listing in particular, on the yard sign is one of the best investments that you can make. And then what you're going to want to also do is put this on the top, because I want every neighbor to know that I've got an open house. I want people driving by randomly to know I've got an open house coming up at this property. Does that make sense? And even if it's not your listing, you might want to ask the listing agent, hey, I've got an open house rider. Can we put this on the yard sign ASAP? Can you do it so that we can just make sure we get as many people there as possible with all the marketing I'm doing for it? Make sense? But if it's your listing, in my mind, that's a requirement. You want to make sure I got that. I want that yard sign dialed in. The other thing you're going to do is the listing flyers. You're going to buy a acrylic flyer holder, and you're going to put this on your yard sign, because it's such a great way to get sellers into your database, to get sellers engaging with you. When you put this on the yard sign, all of those neighbors walking around. So it says open house. It's got your text for more information. It's got flyers. All of a sudden now, QR code, text code, all automatic. They're all just there for you. It's got the information for the sellers. Right now, the sellers can get a home value at the website. So whether they text or scan the QR code at the property website, they can get their home value right in there. So yeah, you want these listing flyers on your yard sign, no matter what, but in particular, you want them on that yard sign for an open house. Okay. So that's why I've got all of this on a Monday. Instagram stories, TikToks, reels. This is another thing that you should be doing. So in this video, I walk you through how to do it and see examples, view story. And so what is so phenomenal about Instagram stories in particular is they go to Facebook, and they're sitting at the top of Facebook. They're sitting at the top of Facebook. So everyone connected to you and your audience are just going to be seeing these, and you've got 5 of them, and you should be doing this for your listing 5 days a week, all the way through. Different images, different little video clips. And check this out. Not only is this just, so these are like sprinkles. Are we going to do the full video where we're talking about the property? Yes, we are. And we got the script that Fabrice talked about. He does that 3 times a week. These are hitting different because these are just stories, and they're linking to all sorts of things from listings to leads. So here we got linking to the property website. So somebody's scrolling Facebook, somebody's scrolling Instagram for free, linking to my property website, and we got a poll. And I've got a video showing you exactly how to do this. I've got the 5-day calendar, right? Front of home, kitchen, primary, backyard, and then feature. So 5, and they can be video clips, they can be images. I give you what links. Check that out. Going to a guide on 6 things to check before buying a home. And I got a poll about the kitchen. Here's a little video clip. So this is not a property tour that I'm doing 5 times a week. This is not a full-on video. It's just different images, different little clips like this one right here. I got a link to the property website, a little video clip of the living area. Boom. And even if it's not your listing, you can do this. Just grab a photo of the kitchen, grab a photo of the front, grab a photo of the backyard. Again, this is why when we are picking a listing to hold open, I want at least to make sure it's got some good photos, because it's going to help me market it a lot better. If I got an empty house that I'm holding open or whatever, it just doesn't show very well, it's harder to get people to it. So I want to make sure that where it's my listing and I have to do it, fine, I'm going to do the best job possible. Hopefully it's a good one. But if I've got the opportunity to select which listings I'm going to hold open for somebody, or at least who I'm going to approach, these are the things I want to keep in mind because otherwise I'm just at a disadvantage. How did you get there? I'm sorry. What did you miss? What did you miss? An embed link. What do you mean embed link? Uh, yeah. How to add links and poll right there. In that video, I walk you through. So that's the video. So we're in school. We're on Monday where it says Instagram stories, see examples, and you can see it says www.instagram. You'll just click and it'll take you here and you can see all that. So that's the examples, and the how to is right here. And the 5-day campaign outline that I mentioned is right here. And so once you know how to do it, 5 stories in 5 days, I just here's a poll idea, how to do the poll. And I show you in the video how to do the poll. And then I show you in listings to leads, where's the link I recommend. Right? You can do whatever you want. But to Fabrice's point, if you actually just spend more of your time getting it done versus overthinking it or thinking how to make it better, you can worry about making it better once you actually get this done 5 times, the entire 5-day sequence for a month or 2. Once you can actually do what I've laid out for you, then you can improve on it. But until then, spend that brain, spend that energy that you've got, and just do what's right in front of you. Tuesday, we talked about the social media posts already and database. So we're going to get these email. And this is the exact email Fabrice is sending 3 times a week. He's copying it into his CRM. He sends it out from a CRM, and he's doing this right here that we're going to do right now 3 times a week. So check it out. E-flyer for your database. And now I can send it through listings to leads. So if I've got leads in here, send now, select the list, and just click send. So if you've got a bunch of leads in here, that's totally viable. You can do one of 2 other things. You can just either come down here and copy it like Fabrice. Look at that. The beautiful slideshow. When people click the address, they're going to go to the single property website, not to Google, like in your e-flyer. Like in the e-flyers that you all send that are not ours, when people click the address, watch where they go. And here's the thing. Hey, your listing alerts, perfect. You want to have that, right? You want to be sending people a list of homes that they actually want. Your market updates, right? We try to get them out every 2 to 3 weeks, a new update about interest rates or case Schiller. Those are great, right? We want to be doing those. And we do a great job. We got great call to actions. But the e-flyers that highlight a listing are phenomenal. They serve another purpose. And the way Fabrice does that, where he finds another 2, maybe 3 when he doesn't have one for that slot, he'll go find another listing. That, think of it as eye candy, tap candy, click candy. It's candy for people because it's got an amazing kitchen, an amazing backyard, right? There's something about that listing that's interesting. I'm not saying it for you to buy it, right? I'm just saying it for you to take a look at it and enjoy it. So what Fabrice is doing, he just copies this email. He just copies that email. And I'll just simulate, if you're going to Follow Up Boss or Bold or any CRM, go high level. You'll just navigate to where you're going to do a email, and subject line, I'll do open house Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. And what I want to show you is just how straightforward just pasting it in there is. Here's our editor. That should look familiar in your whatever CRM you've got. Just paste it in. Look at that. Everything should look perfect. And that's what Fabrice is doing 3 times a week. He just sends it out. It's got his signature at the bottom, right? It's got the link to your client review website. I've also got it set up for my 100-point home marketing plan. It's going to link to my landing page automatically. It's going to link to the property website automatically. Don't overcomplicate it, but also don't think your IDX flyer, your MLS flyer, your constant contact Canva created flyer is as good, because it's not. It's not the same to say, I sent it out to my dad. No, if you didn't send it out with this email, then it's not hitting the same. It's not hitting the same. And that's why Fabrice has good luck, and I shouldn't say success with what he's doing, right? Because these tools hit differently. And so he's sending this out 3 times a week, not the same listing, 3 different listings. Now, especially for the open house, I want you to call through your database. I want you to, not everybody, but if you could call 10 to 20 people that are in your database, maybe they're buyers, maybe they are homeowners that you can see live in the area, maybe call them up and just invite them to the open house. You're not asking for a listing appointment. You're not trying to finagle in some kind of weird thing. All you're trying to do is practice being in front of people. You're trying to set another point of contact. Not very many people engage or convert on the first outreach. Sometimes they do, and it's phenomenal, and that's great. Most of the time, it's going to be more connections, more follow-up attempts over time. And the open house is a phenomenal one. You are, even if it's not yours, you still want to be calling through your database. Hey, I'm going to be at an open house, 123 Main Street on Sunday. We're going to have some catering there. It's a great property. It's got a beautiful kitchen. The backyard is super cool. So would love to see you there if you're in the neighborhood. It's just a way for me to stay in front of people. We got a great script. And if you are not calling through your database, right, and you're going to say, I did everything here. No, you didn't, because you did not call through your database. And we've got nothing in here that a coach you're paying $500 a month for wouldn't tell you what to do it. There is not a coach in the industry that would say, do not call your database. Every single one of them would say to do it. And then when you showed up the next week to your call with them and you said you didn't do these things, they'd look at you and go, why are you not doing what you're supposed to do, that you know you're supposed to do? So just do it, save your $500, put that in ads, put that in other things, but just do these things. It's the same thing Fabrice is doing 3 times a week. Now, it's an open house. So yeah, call your database. Next up, short form video script. I want to get through a few more things here before the end of the hour. So I'm going to kind of breeze through a few things here, but this is the script. What does he do? How to use teleprompter app. If you click on that blue video, the whole video is really good, but right there, I show you. So I walk you through exactly what Fabrice is doing, right? He's copying that script right into a teleprompter app, recording it. And that's what I was talking about earlier at the beginning of this call. All those PDF guide scripts we got for you, we have actually a lot of different video scripts in the system that are phenomenal. Almost like one for every day of the week for regarding different things. So yeah, short form video scripts, very powerful. Now, because it's an open house, you have an open house sign-in form. I'm going to show you how to do the phone number. I know it's a little bit odd, but before I get there, there's an online version, a print version, and a QR code. I can click to view. You don't need to do anything here, but it's all customizable. Get with our support, get in the mastermind group if needed, but you'll see here, I can rearrange questions. I can edit, delete. I can add new questions. We got short answer, paragraph, checkboxes, radio, drop down. So you can trick this out. Whatever you save it as, the print version will also get the same. When people either click through or you add them later, they can just tap, or they can click, or they can scan a QR code to get it. They're going to go through here and they're going to answer the questions. You can make them required or not. Again, all of this is editable, but what I want you to notice is they are being offered a PDF guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So that is check all of your language for all of the language for, oh my God, I haven't said it in so long. TP, oh my God, oh my God, I can't even, the T something or the Telephone Act. I haven't thought about it in months, but all of these lead forms are compliant with that. So AI tax, you want to implement any of that kind of stuff, we're good to go. And yeah, so they're going to get the guide. And that is awesome because it gives you just another touch point with these people coming through the open house. Let's go back into the school because I want to show you just a couple of more things super quick. 100-point home marketing plan video for homeowner. This is the video that's in your account, and I got the link to it. You'll see it where you can play that at the open house. So it's kind of like the same thing as the print version of the 100-point home marketing plan, but it's the video. That thing is awesome. So I got links to that. Friday, there's a few things here that you might find interesting. Seller requests visitors to sign in, and then you can download this Canva sheet if you want it. It's kind of nice. So you can download that from Canva. Open house sign-in form. There's another one here. That's the open house sign-in form. And then let's see, at the open house. Yeah. Print the 100-point home marketing plan. So you want to print, again, like I just showed you, having this at the open house is so powerful to be able to have the homeowners walking through, take a look at it, right? There's the video. And again, all the links that you need, see the video on YouTube, how to use the video and how to find it. It's literally right. If you click that, it'll log you into your account and I can download that video and you'll see here, it'll just populate right where I need to be at. And so for, especially if you have a YouTube channel, you want to upload this video to your YouTube channel. And then what you do is you play it. I like the long version. You play it during your open house and it's money. It's money. It's imagine you got a commercial at the open house running through. And if it's your seller and you can get access to their TV for YouTube, play it on the TV. I've had clients do that. I have other clients that'll have a laptop or a tablet, get a tablet, put it on a little stand and then play. Oh, I didn't even play the video. Have that video playing, just have it loop and just have it playing all the way through. And that way, anyone that owns a house walking through is going to see this video. And that's why a lot of people like to do the open house sign-in form, either a QR code or the paper version. And so in listing sleeves, that's right here, paper version. So there's a paper version. Here's a QR code. Sometimes people will put that and say, you just scan the QR code and you got to fill it out on your phone before you can come in, right? Anything else? If you don't have a CRM, what's your suggestion? You don't have to have a CRM. Obviously, if you have one, phenomenal. We want to make sure that we tap into it, but you can manage your leads for now through listings leads, no problem. We even have the AI text follow-up. So I would say, and you'll see when you do a Facebook ad or when you're clicking around in your account, yeah, never lose a lead again with AI text follow-up. So I might sign up for that and just make sure you're following up. Follow-up is not hard. It's just nobody really wants to do it. That's the problem. Follow-up is where follow-up can mean a lot of things. Some people follow up 2 calls a day, 2 texts a day, 2 emails a day for 4 or 5 days, 2 times a day, all the way through. And then they call every 2 days for a month and they call every 3 to 4 days for another 2 months. Yeah. And you can do all that from listings to leads. Anything else? If I'm telling you right now, let me mention 2 more things here. Marketing calendar, the presentation and the Facebook mastermind group. So when you click marketing calendar, presentations, there's the open house presentation. And then under resources, YouTube, Instagram post, Facebook mastermind. And here you can join our Facebook mastermind group. And I'll put the link right here for you. But if you're watching recording, that's how you can get to it. Any other questions? Anything for me before all of you have the best open house of your career? Again, it's not about doing 1 or 2 things and going, oh, I did. No, no. All of the stuff works together. Okay. How did you get to the 100-point marketing plan video? If you're in your account, click Media Library right there, Media Library, and it will take you right to the spot. And there's a short and a long version. You'll just mouse and you'll see it. So when that says short, 100 marketing plan short, 100 marketing plan long, and then this is the one that you want to put on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts would be this version. And then the regular YouTube channel would be the landscape. This would be a great Instagram. I know people that put this on Instagram stories every week, like literally every week. Sometimes they upload it to CapCut. They throw their logo in there. They put their picture right there. You can edit it in CapCut or something if you want. We don't support that. You can, but they just take this video every week. I see them. It's on Instagram stories. What a great use case. It's pinned on their TikTok. It's pinned on it's one of the three, 4, or 5, whatever it is now, pinned posts on Instagram, right? That's a great pinned post on Instagram. Beatrice, does that help you? Give you a few more ideas as well on how to use that, right? It makes a great social media post every so often, maybe once a month, right? Just download this to your computer so you've got it, and then once a month, upload the video as a video post just on your Facebook page. I think that would be phenomenal. In fact, we should do more training on that actually, because there's a lot of great recurring use cases for this video. Yeah. Everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great one more thing. I'm going to give you a post-webinar satisfaction survey. Really looking for constructive comments or comments that we can share with people, or just comments about my presentation. I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the best actionable material. So thank you, Kashif. Hey, who are you with again? You're Michigan? Because I'm from Michigan, and I feel like, 'cause I know you bought you bought these, right? And I think you probably got them a while ago. But where are you out of again? I forget, because I know we were talking. Northern Virginia. That's right. Oh, is it Samson? Hey, everybody. If there's nothing else, thank you so much for joining us. Yep. Awesome. Good. Yeah. Tell Dustin I said hello. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.